this week, after the latest inflation report showing 8.5% year over year inflation rate, Biden has come out multiple times and spiked the football on the fact that we've got 0% inflation. Have you seen this one, Chris?
Unfortunately, yes, I have.
Yeah, I've got the article here. It goes through and talks about the multiple times he's pointed out the 0% inflation. I mean, who's he kidding at this point? Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I think what's most frightening about this is that he read this off the teleprompter. So this was actually written by one of his speech makers. This was not an off the cuff, typical Biden gaffe. This is actually the propaganda, the rhetoric coming out of the White House these days, where they think that we are stupid and naive, dumb and gullible enough to believe that just because inflation went down by 0.6% from July compared to August, that now it's 0%, which is just I'm not a mathematician. I'm no math genius here by any means, but 8.5% inflation is not 0% inflation. It's really simple stuff, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like the semantics here. I understand that we can discuss the monthly numbers versus the standard year over year numbers that are talked about and when we discuss inflation. But at the very least, he's being disingenuous here. And
totally.
You know what like the biggest proof to me of that is, and then Jim, I want your comments. If inflation's at 0%, then why are we pursuing the Inflation Reduction Act? If the number is 0, then crisis averted, right? Jim, what did you think? Do you see this article? Is this the first time you're seeing this?
No, I didn't see the article. I saw video, and I wish you asked me to grab the video of Joe Biden talking about this from the Oval Office or from the White House the other day, because to say that he stated those words is to really is an abuse of the English language, because it mumbled. The words barely made it out of his mouth. You could hardly understand what he was saying. Yet another example of the cognitive decline, and it seems to be picking up speed lately. Every day it seems that he's worse. His brain is more addled than the day before. He could barely get the words out. I mean, he's lying, of course. And if it's not that the lies make it hard for him to push those words past his choppers, but the fact that he's just losing it mentally. And I watched the video of him talking about how, repeat, let me say this again, zero inflation. I'm watching that video and I'm like, how is this guy going to run for president in 2024? How is he going to be on a debate stage with, say, Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis or Ted Cruz or anybody, whoever the Republicans put up there? Hell, I guess a tomato can. He'd still have to say his part of the debate and it would come off awful. And he can't, even if he had all the questions in advance, even if he had all the answers on a teleprompter during a debate, it still would be awful. But yeah, the idea that we have 0% inflation, I mean, gaslight is the word of the decade now, I think, not just of the year. The idea, the justification for this being like, well, some prices of things are up but other prices of things are now down. So the net result is zero inflation. Really creative. Nobody's buying it. Just like all the other lies on the economy that this administration has been pumping out there. People know what their grocery bills are. People know, it is a little bit less now than it was maybe 2 months ago to fill up your gas tank, but not by much. And it's still certainly almost double what it was just 2 years ago. So, they could lie till the cows come home, which is what they do from the White House press briefing room every single day. It does not change the reality of what people experience in this economy, and what they're experiencing is awful.